Hey, it's Frank, that one web guy, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to try to do something I've never done before. I'm actually recording a video on how to do something I've never done, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool to see the experience, see what it's all about and see the steps that it takes to do this. So without hardly any preparation, I went ahead and bought a domain to do that. Other than that, I've not done anything. I'm going to see what it takes to set up WordPress on Amazon lightsail. So I'm going to just go ahead. I've gone to the page here. I'm at AWS Amazon lightsail projects WordPress. So looking at the page here, and it says you can do a secure, reliable WordPress hosting for starting at only $3.50 US dollars per month. So, and it says easy VPS management. So I thought, sure, what the heck, why not try, just to see, because I like to know how things work and that type of thing. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to click on Try WordPress on Lightsail for free. And it's going to ask me to, I already have an existing AWS account because I use Amazon S3 for my media files and things like that. So I'm going to, interesting, trying to remember what my login is here though. Give me just a moment. So I am logged in. I just put in my password and I'm on the very next screen here. So I need to see what we can do on what's next. So it says websites and website apps, learn to build and deploy. So you would think it would be there. Just out of curiosity though, I'm going to go back and see if it takes me to the right place now that I'm logged in. That's just something I like to try here. So I'm already signed in, so I'm going to click this now that I'm logged in and see if it takes me to the right place or it just takes me to the same screen. Yep. So it's kind of weird why they do that, but they do. So introducing language support, I'm English obviously. So it says let's get started and install instance location. That's fine. Linux, Unix, WordPress, which is what we want. WordPress certified by blah blah blah. It says first month is free, and it says 512 megabytes, 20 gigabytes SSD drive, 1 terabyte. It's price per month. So I'm just going to go ahead and screenshot this so I have it on the Mac. That's a Command Shift F3, and it'll put it on my desktop. So that's what I want. Identify your instance. Your lightsail resources must have unique names. So I'm just going to call it cannot contain, name can contain letters, numbers, hyphen, underscore. Characters may separate words. So that's what I'm going to do because that's the domain I'm going to put on it. Key only tags. What's that? What is a key only tag? Key only tags. Amazon Lightsail allows you to assign labels to your resources as tags. A key without a value is referred to as a key only tag. So we'll just leave it at the defaults. Create instance. Good evening. We've noticed you created a WordPress instance. We don't worry about that. It says pending. Good evening. So you can create alarms and stuff like that. Create instance. That's what we're going to do. We already did that. So did it not create it? It says pending. It says running. Okay, that's interesting. Guess I just wasn't patient enough. So now we get to see what these different things are. Connect securely using your browser. Connect using SSH. Public IP address. Username Bitnami. I probably should write that down as we move along and go through our steps here. I'm not going to screenshot everything, but so we're going to look at what to do next. Connect using SSH. You can still connecting to your instance. Okay, it says that it may not have started yet or is still attempting. So we can go back here and just look at some information, and then we'll go back. So it says storage, system disk is 20 gigs, metrics, obviously nothing's been used yet, networking, it's our IP address and our private IP address, snapshots, tags, histories, and delete. So we have our server running, and it says it's running WordPress. I'm just trying to figure out how to get to there for now. Now obviously it'd probably been best to research some of this, but I'm just like any other user. I just want to figure out, click and go, get it done. So we'll try to figure that out here. Can we reload this page? Oh, let's just close it and try again. So we're in a shell atmosphere here, which is not really what I wanted to get to. I wanted some type of user interface so that we can access the WordPress install. So we'll look under the docs for WordPress. Launch and configure WordPress instance, Amazon. Let's look at the quick start guide. So, quick start guide, WordPress on Amazon lightsail. Here are a few steps you should take getting started after your WordPress instance is up and running. Step 1, get default application password. For your WordPress website, you need the default application password to sign into your WordPress website's administration dashboard. On your instance management page under the Connect tab, choose Connect using SSH. After connected, enter the following command to get the default application password. So we'll do that. And I just copied and pasted it there. And my default password right now is, so I'm writing that down. If you're watching this, obviously you probably see this is probably going to be blurred out by the time I'm done or changed. So no offense, I just find it easiest to do that. So for more information, sign into your WordPress website. Now that you have your default user password, navigate to WordPress's website's homepage and sign into administration. Browse to the public address, for example, by going to, so our public address was this here. Again, I want to write this down. It's better to document than question later. So I'm actually just going to copy this here. And just for the heck of it, again, I'm going to screenshot. So in this another browser, I'm going to, or another tab I should say, and there's our WordPress install. So we can then of course go to /wp admin, and we should be able to log in with the information that we have. So we're still trying to figure out the username for this WordPress install. It looks like it says that it is, if we go to one of these instances here, there's so many things going on here. It says get the application username, quick start guide. I was on a page here somewhere that said that, yeah, application username for WordPress. WordPress including WordPress multi is US user. But that seems like it would be kind of a security issue, but we'll find out. It is user. Imagine that. So that's going to be changed as soon as we can. So we're going to go ahead and run the updates because I like to do that. Update now. I like to keep everything, especially on a new install, up to date. Please update now. Update now. It says 5.3.3 and this is WordPress 5. Please update now. So before updating, please back up your database and files. No, we don't want to do that because we're already update WordPress, continue. Okay, maybe I'm just impatient, but it looks like it's installed now. Update plugins. I'm not used to working on a cPanel server, which looks exactly the same as this. It just seems odd that some of the things are taking a moment for them to update or update the screens. Seems like I have to go back and refresh. So it looks like my WordPress installed is up to date now. Look under users, all users. And we have this user here. What I could do is just add another user and then terminate this one, but we'll work with that later because I want to follow the instructions here. So I'd found this document here on the said, to find out what the default information is. So we're going to do that. So we'll go to our next step here. Sign into the default username. And it says sign in using the default username user. That couldn't have been any more easier. I just took it as that was a placeholder, and it says use the password. So if I'd actually took a moment to read, attach a static IP address to your WordPress instance. The default to dynamic public address is attached to your instance. Changes every time you stop and start the instance. The dynamic. So that's the public. Networking. Public IP address, create a static IP. Select an instance. So we can give it a create. So our public static IP address is this. So I'll write that down. So we've got that in place. So what's our next step on our quick start guide here? Map your domain name to your WordPress site. To map your domain name, such as example.com, to your WordPress site, you add a record to the domain name system DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System, and typically managed and hosted in your registrar. On the lightsail console homepage under networking tab, choose Create DNS Zone, then follow the instructions on the page. So we're going to go back to this page, and we're going to go back here, click on networking. That's firewall. That's for creating a firewall, but that says anything about, did I miss it? I thought it said networking, didn't it? I'm asking you like you can answer me. Under the networking tab, choose Create DNS Zone. On the lightsail console home page, under networking tab, choose Create DNS. So if that doesn't work, then we'll click the let's go back home, networking. Here we go. So as you can see here, I was thinking it was the networking for our install, but create a DNS zone. Enter the domain name you have registered. So my domain that I've registered is 37 pixels. So we're going to do that. Come back here, and I'm going to paste it here. Identify your DNS zone. Create DNS zone. So our DNS records would be we'll have to create each one of these in our DNS. So I'll go back to our domain manager. We'll scroll down, manage DNS. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're spinning. There we go. I'm going to change the name servers down here to the ones they provided. So enter my own name servers. So we're going to click the first one. And then we're going to go back to here and click our next one. Paste that one in. We're going to add another one since we have 4 of them. Paste that one and add the final one here. Go back here. Of course, depending on the default time to live, it's usually recorded as TTL. I'm going to click save. This is how fast that will propagate. Generally in your DNS record there would be a setting that says time to live or TTL. So we'll let that refresh. Spinning, keep on spinning. There we go. It says TTL, that's what I was talking about here, TTL, which stands for time to live. Our name server records will be updated. It says in an hour. A lot of times it's faster than that. So we should be able to very soon go to 37pixels.com or 37pxls.com and see what that gives us. Site cannot be reached. So it may take an hour for it to propagate. Generally it's a little bit faster than that, but I've never done it with an Amazon lightsail instance. So we'll see how that goes. I need to look into tags to see why and what I need to tag, but you can see then what our we have our website up and going via the IP address. And then that's what we need. So the final things that I would want to do would be to fiddle around with this a little bit more, find out what is left to do. Obviously I need to wait for my IP to propagate, check out tagging, but you can see that I did it fairly quickly. If I'd read some instructions first, that might have been helpful, but hopefully you find this video useful, and maybe you can shorten the time to install. I might do an update later to show you, the final steps and what I thought about usage and things like that. But again, I hope you found this useful, and we'll be back with another video soon.